Welcome everyone to the webinar of CSR in India by Bhawanipur Education Society College. It is 40 plus days of lockdown and we all are at home, but still the enthusiasm being a BEite has never been reduced. It is very impressive to know that Bhawanipur is not at all locked down of being facing that kind of difficulty. We have already conducted a number of events through online with 500 plus participants, whether it's a debate or a quiz competition. We are still on rolling. I will now request Dilip Shah sir to kindly provide the opening speech for the webinar.
Thank you, Mohit, and thank you everybody present over here. In the CSR initiatives, a number of things have been done by the college regularly. Even now we are doing a lot of things under CSR initiative, but we won't talk about that. One of the purpose of having this kind of a seminar or webinar is to make the students updated with the changes that have happened in this particular vertical, number one. Number two, it is also very important because many of our students who are present over here would most probably be doing even projects on CSR. So thank you so much. I think that's it from my side and we can proceed with the program.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, Mohit.
Good afternoon.
I will like to introduce to all the participants CS Priyadarshi Nayak sir. He is the chairman of the Institute of Company Secretaries of India Eastern Region currently, and he is supposed to be the special guest of today's seminar. First of all, thanks a lot, sir, for confirming your presence and being present for the students over here. It really means a lot to us. I would now request you to kindly share a few words with us to motivate and guide the students.
I would like to thank each and everyone for inviting me to address this occasion and be a part of this nice initiative taken by the Bhawanipur College Study Center. And definitely this initiative will carry forward with the deliberation of the speakers. The students should be getting a very... Anyways, let me talk about the initiative taken by the ICSI to serve this society and by taking the CSR concept further. We are in fact preparing our members with a specialized knowledge of this subject by certified courses of CSR being done by the institute. It is being done on an online basis and it is a crash course. Further, ICSI is preparing all its members to deal to serve the society more professionally with a special knowledge of CSR and the provisions along with it with this online trainings.
Our first speaker for today's session is Mr. Sudhir Kumar Banthia. Mr. Sudhir Kumar Banthia is a fellow member of the Institute of Company Secretaries of India. He has been associated with Visa Group since 2013. He is also the current Vice Chairman of Eastern India Regional Council of the Institute of Company Secretaries of India. At last but not the least, he is also a member of Corporate Law Committee of FICCI. We are extremely honored and proud, sir, to have you with us in today's webinar. Over to you, sir.
So I would be sharing my ideas on what exactly the CSR mean and more of the CSR concept with the Indian context. So let us start with this. So we all can see the CSR, the concept of serving the society, came in from 1850, not only 1850. Last column, what exactly was the implementing way of CSR in those times? You can see dynastic charity. Then you can see support freedom struggle. So this is pre-1947 era, support freedom struggle. In the current scenario, this support freedom struggle is support COVID-19. So we are into COVID-19 era. And then it started moving. Then we can see a 1947 post-independence era, then medieval period, and then late 90s and the current up to 2013. Recent past, we have seen the CSR activities being done through family trust, private-public partnership, and there many other NGOs have taken up this initiative. So I was just hearing Dilip sir mentioning something about the project, or the host mentioning something about the project. So if you guys can visit few of these good corporates, ITC, Tata Steel, Maruti, Hindalco, Hero Honda, or Vedanta, the list is long. you will find couple of pages or maybe 4-5 pages dedicated to CSR. And I'm sure that this would be helpful for you guys to get good marks in your project.
Thank you, sir, for such a wonderful deliberation. Before we move on to the next speaker, CS Sneha Agarwal, I would like to share an incident with you all. It was way back in the year 2016-17 when former Minister of Finance and Corporate Affairs, late Arun Jaitley, was alive. I was fortunate enough to be a part of that seminar which was conducted in Calcutta at Taj Hotel. And one senior company secretary asked a question which relates to Sneha as well. I would like to quote him. He quoted in Hindi, "Sir, tax compulsory होता है, तो हम लोग आइडिया निकाल लेते हैं बचने का. CSR कंपलसरी कर दिया, चैरिटी कंपलसरी कर दिया, तो आपको लगता है कोई देगा? कुछ ना कुछ तो जुगाड़ लगा लेंगे. उसमें कौन सा बड़ा बात है?" He gave an example. If I come out from my house and pay 10 rupees to a beggar willingly, that is charity. But the moment every day a police fellow will stand and say straight away, give 10 rupees to that person, next day I will try to change the route. So now we'll understand how exactly the corporates are working in the real CSR domain. And before we move on to the next speaker, I will request my co-host, CA Vivek Patwari sir, to kindly introduce the speaker and then take the proceedings from there on. Over to you, Vivek sir.
Thank you, Mohit sir. Good evening, everyone. So we all are welcoming Sneha Agarwal ma'am. She is a member of ICSI since 2015 and she has been a part of the philanthropic sector since the very beginning, a part of an NGO named Prayatna Foundation. Past 5 years, she is working in the field of education and she is continuing to do so in the near future also. So everyone applaud Sneha Agarwal ma'am, please.
So to start with, I would say that, when it comes to CSR, Tata Group has been one of the most active and one of the oldest. So it was back in 1979 rather, when CSR as a concept had not even taken a lot of importance here in India, that Tata actually, incorporated it in its articles of association, a social audit committee back then. And ever since, it has covered all of its stakeholders. So I'll share a picture here with you, right? So if you can see here, when I'm talking about SDGs, we talk about planet, people, prosperity, peace, and partnership, right? And again, how Tata implemented it was, so if you see the stakeholders who benefit out of CSR, it's the local community, the general public, the employees, the government, the environment, the shareholders, and the consumers.
The introduction part of it carries 6 parts: the background, the objectives of study, the need for study, research methodology, which is secondary. It's not primary, it's secondary research. Then you have literature review, and the last one is limitations. This chapter contains 10 marks, easily available, and use your mind just to write these portions. Second portion covers conceptual framework. It carries only 5 marks, but believe me, students write 20-30 pages on conceptual framework, which carries no marks at all. And conceptual framework, it's really important to have national and international scenario. So be very careful while you present this portion, because if you're doing on COVID-19 CSR activities, present the Indian status of contribution and also present the international status of contribution by companies. And you will have drafts available in various websites. So it's easily available and it's logged down, so you all can really research and make it up. The third chapter, data analysis, my basic concentration would be on this chapter. This chapter carries 25 marks. So students, you need to have a good number of graphs in this particular chapter. Less of theory, more of practical graphs. And chapter 4, we have conclusion and recommendation, where you conclude and just give your honest recommendations or it's how it can be further improved. That should be yours solely your recommendations, what it should, go forward.
First of all, we should know the meaning of EDPP. It is entrepreneurship development and project planning. So whenever we are doing any project work, the basic thing is to do a research. So whatever topic you are making on project work should actually highlight your research. Be it chapter 1, 2, 3 or 4, what should be reflecting in the project is the research, is the amount of research you have done. Chapter 1, 2 is basically you will write in your own words, but you will take content from the net only. But when we move on to chapter 3 and 4, that actually shows what amount of research we have done. Like CSR is a project which is basically done on secondary data. But I will suggest that if you create a primary survey and you ask the general people that do you know about CSR, create a very common questionnaire of about 10 to 15 points. That do you know about CSR? If you know about CSR, what have you done till yet for CSR? And by taking this small survey, you can conclude that most of the people at our age do not know about CSR activities in large. So we need to increase CSR awareness. That can be one of the recommendations.
All right. See, all of you all must have done something or the other during this time of crisis, and we ought to do it. I'll just give you some small examples of children who are doing small things. One boy reached out to me and he just said that, sir, I want to do something. What can I do? And I said that, are you alone or are you in a group? So there's something like 8-10 people together. And immediately I said that, why don't you do one thing? Each of you all just call up 10 people who are above a certain age, say 60, 65 plus senior citizens, and just ask them that, sir, is it something that we can do for you? And they've started it. And I think it's been almost 30 days that they've been doing it. Can you imagine how many people they've reached out?